guys. I'd like to welcome you guys to another One Take review. It's your boy Big Dog back with a review for Watchmen episode 6, An Extraordinary Being. Extraordinary Being. Which is, the episode is pretty much as essential as like essentially a recap of Will's past. And like we found out that he was Hooded Justice, which didn't know that. They don't know too much about the Minuteman because I know it was the Minuteman and then it was the Watchmen. And they were the first group to actually like start this whole superhero thing. But just like the Watchmen, you kind of see that like, hey, everything they glitter ain't gold. You know what I'm saying? It's not what you thought it was. It's not like, oh, these guys they was a unified group, but in certain regards they kind of weren't because they weren't really out for each other's best interests. Everybody didn't care about certain things, and like I'm pretty sure some members of the Minuteman were just basically racist based on how Captain Metropolis was talking. And I know I kind of like just don't skip around because I don't know if I'm going to just necessarily go like through the entire episode just like scene by scene, but I'm just going to pretty much give you the overview. And we all know Angela's off the nostalgia, took too much of the nostalgia. She's going through Will's memories. We get to see that like everything that happened to him as growing up. The stuff that happened at Tulsa when he was younger, and how they molded him into being a cop. But like even when he was a cop, he still wasn't accepted. He's trying to like do right, and like the people on duty with him, you think they for him because like hey, when he brought the guy in for burning down the Jewish I forgot. It's like a bakery or what? It's like just a store that was owned by Jews, and like you know how it was then. Like people don't like Jews, they don't like blacks, and kind of sort of how it is today. But you see him bring him in, and then the cops are like, "Oh, don't disrespect one of our own." And then he throws up. I don't know if he's throwing up the sign for the Cyclops, and he. Essentially, the cops end up beating Will up and almost hanging him, almost lynching him. But they're like, hey, next time we won't cut you down. Like this is what you just. It's not like what you said. They said, stay out of white people business, nigga. So you know what I'm saying. You knew at that moment like that got to be terrifying because like you almost died simply for doing your job. It's like now I'm a cop, but am I really though? Because I can't really do anything. You know what I'm saying? This just revolves around like black people. And so he's walking home, and I like the way that the episode was like shot because like it'll show you, it just like keep you in the mindset that like, hey, this is Will's memories, but like don't forget this is Angela's in this person's body. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget that because we see it just flip back and forth between the two. Either way it go, when he's walking home, sees some people, he still has the noose around his neck, and he still has the bag that they put over his face. He put some holes in it, you know what I'm saying, which is very, very simple. I wish they could have did it. I'm pretty sure the people in Django wish they were just able to put holes in a bag and be able to see that quick. So when he stops them, there's 3 guys, and if you seen, when Will was punching people, I know for a fact it hurt. That boy was throwing them bitches, man. Boy was throwing them bitches, dog. He say he rescues them, but he also realizes like, I still can't do this. Even with a mask over my face. That's cool and all, but they gonna have to think I'm white. So he paints the outside of his face. Well, not the outside, but like around his eyes to make it look like a white person's under the mask. And over time, he ends up, well, he's steady looking into like the Cyclops because that's what the captain told. Well, not the captain. One of the police officers, one of the black police officers told him like beware of the Cyclops. And I think that pretty much like a warning, like, hey, these guys are like in with some other stuff, and like don't get in between that, or you gonna end up fucking dead, basically. Because like he heard it from the black cop, and he also heard it from kind of in a sense from the guy when he brought the guy in, and then he asked him like, why did you let my guy go? He's like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. He was just then he's like, hey man, just leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what to do. But nonetheless, he goes in anyway, takes down a few people like that are in like the back of a store, and he gets the book, right, the mesmerism book, and he, for the longest, he don't really know what that is until like eventually he becomes, Captain Metropolis comes to recruit him. They become lovers and so on and so forth. And but I think you could. That's when I get to like the point of like you can tell that the teens weren't what you expected they were, because like, hey, these guys are like, what I'm saying. They needed him as like a face, because he's the first person who started the whole like crime fighting under a mask type thing, So he was the face they needed to be a part of it, to like boost it up, and I'm pretty sure that's the only thing they need him for. And like him and Captain Metropolis had a thing for each other, you know. But when he eventually finds like he goes to like that the movie theater where it seems like a whole bunch of black people just to start murdering each other for no apparent reason, he sees like, oh, this is. I think I know what this is, and he tries to get the help from Captain Metropolis. Like, dude, listen, I don't really care about that. You want to come over tonight? Like, just completely blowing him off, which is just pisses you off. And so the episode pisses you off in so many ways. Well, it doesn't. It might not piss you off if you don't like racism. If you like racism, you probably was really into a lot of shit that was going on. But like, yeah, I'm just saying, like a lot of shit you just see, because they was mixing stuff that happened with his past with other things that happened. Like when the police were pull it off, you saw them dragging black people. You know what I'm saying? And that was an image from Dan and an image from like the stuff that happened in Tulsa. So it's just like stuff was getting like mixed together, like his mother playing the piano, all that stuff was just getting like mixed together in like a weird way, but it still was telling the story. Really good, but like it's still like, it's kind of messes your head up. And I see why they were trying to get Angela, because she's in a coma. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, she don't get out, she's just gonna get put in a damn coma. But excuse me. Then we have the the whole sequence where he goes and he sees the guy. It's been a few years since the guy saw him, but he knew who he was. It's like, hey man, what do you want? You want some meat? You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised you want some meat. You make them black people dick jokes. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, this is your spot? Like, yeah. And he just like, I can't keep doing this. Fuck it. He just shot him in the head. He goes in there and starts shooting everybody else. And he finally goes in and he sees like the camera that they're using, and the flashing lights that are able to control people to do what you want them to do. And after that, he kills everybody in there, takes it and uses it, and we see the end. Well, like, also his wife left him. I think I kind of like shunned all over that part, because to me, that scene didn't quite make a lot of sense to me, because his wife ended up being the little girl that he saved, June. But like, I didn't quite understand that scene to where like, what was she so mad about? Was she mad because she knew he would cheat on her, or was she mad just because he had started working with those people, with like Captain Metropolis now? I don't know necessarily, because it just seemed like she just was tripping. You know what I'm saying? That right there didn't come off as well as the rest of the episode to me. It's just like I didn't see her motivations. Like, oh, I'm just leaving you now. You know what I'm saying? But either way, we see how he did kill Judd, but in a way it was like, I killed him, but he actually killed himself. And that's how I used the strobe lights. But my question is like, is he just attacking racism, or is there a bigger story behind that? Also, why was he still in the wheelchair when we know he can walk? What's his connection with Lady True? What are they trying to accomplish in the next couple of days? I think it was like 3 days, so apparently something's finna go down. We don't know, because Angela ends up waking up and she's in Lady True's like place and like helping her recover. This episode gave us a lot of information about Will. I don't know how we're about to use this episode. I mean, this information going forward though, because we know, how is he still alive? He's like 100. Also, he's like 100. Granted, you can live to be 100. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's pretty weird to see like where is it going though. What I know this episode had vital information for like I think characters we gonna well the characters we know go moving forward, but what is that information gonna mean to us in like an episode or two? Is it gonna be something that's like we're gonna find out like why he killed Judd or he did only kill Judd because like he know he's a member of like the Seventh Cavalry, or why did he get the senator? Like it's stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure we'll find out in the next couple of episodes. This episode was pretty much like a more contained and like didn't I ain't gonna say necessarily push the story forward, but it just gave us information about characters we don't need to know stuff about moving forward. Kind of like last episode, but last episode to the tail end of that kind of like hey some stuff is going down. But you got also we still don't know the fate of Looking Glass either. She kind of so it's a word about I ain't gonna say a word about them. Wonder what that's like. But you guys let me know what you thought about the episode down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch up with you guys later.